Hi, and welcome to this first video in a series of Programmer Series videos from Virtual Manufacturing on what is new in version 14. So what I'm going to start off with is what's new in the preferences. So if I go to File and go to Preferences, we go to Display to start off with. There's nothing really new here. However, if we go to the interface, there's a couple items I really like. One of them being reverse mouse wheel zoom. I get asked that a fair amount, is like, hey, can Gibbs reverse the zoom on the mouse wheel? Currently, if you roll the mouse wheel toward you, it zooms in, and if you roll the other way, it moves out. Well, now in 14, you check this box, it goes the opposite. So you would roll forward to zoom in and backwards to zoom out. One I really like, though, is activate machining CS on upload. This is huge. If I close this out, you guys will really like this. If I double click an operation, you'll see that now if I open up the coordinate systems list, it actually switches to whatever coordinate system that operation was created on. So that is huge. It saves us a lot of trouble of going back to here and switching manually. Now it does it automatically. So really like that one. Let's go to the machining preferences. If I go back to preferences here, go to machining. You're going to see this enable background material calculation. And by default, that is checked. GibbsCAM v14, one of the huge features we're going to be going over in future videos, is GibbsCAM material only machining. So in the past, we could do it somewhat in like the 2.5D solids a little bit, and then on the turning, it was kind of separate from the milling. On the 3D milling, it worked fairly well, but now it works very well across the board. Any combination, 2D wireframe as opposed to milling from a solid, turning to milling, mill turn machine. So if you've turned something and you go to do some milling, it's going to recognize what's been turned off it. And we'll go over that a bit more in future videos. Under File, the Save Display Facets, that used to be Minimize Facets, I believe it was called in v13. So if you have the Save Display Facets, it's going to load quicker, but save longer. If you uncheck that, it'll save quicker and load slower. And a lot of you guys might not be aware of this. There's an accelerated process loading. That happened in v13. I always leave that checked as well. So let's move on to import export. There is no more Creo PTC, but in SolidWorks now you can choose to import construction geometry down here. So if you have wireframe geometry that you want to bring in that was used to construct it, it has to be in spatial. We can import that. I'm going to close this out for a minute, and let's go into our document control and see what's changed there. In the past, we had X plus and X minus and Y plus and Y minus. Now, to avoid confusion, we have min and max instead of plus and minus, because you could have two negative values or two positive values in here. So that's been switched to min or max. And under the comments now, there is also a date and time stamp. So if I click this button here, it's going to add a date and time stamp to my comments and programmer notes in document control. So that's it on this video. The next one, we're going to go a little bit into the workspace and what's changed there. Thanks for watching.